The B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do know that happened is the Don King card.
Oh baby. Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Really quickly. ProBox on June 5th. Let me from the bottom up, Mickey Phillips, he stops Arion Johnson in the first. Moving up, Brandon McCarthy, UD over Wyan Schwartzberg, which if given the way that all the other fights went, this one could seem boring, but it was all right. Daryl Valsaint stops Pacino Hill in 3. Abel Gonzalez stops Alarens Reynolds. I probably fucked that up, but that's a stoppage in the first. And then Vladimir Hernandez just ends Guido Emmanuel Schramm. Wow. Vlad coming in on like 2 weeks notice, maybe less, and that was pretty nuts. This is a card, like it'll go quickly. You can go back and watch the whole thing, and it'll be worth your time. Moving along to Thursday, June 6th. This one really quickly. Stephen Butler drops the ball. He gets stopped in the 9th by Patrice Volny. Now Volny is starting to get into that title contention picture. So good for him. It's a pretty weak division right now, so good to see another name going into the fold. And I don't think this one needs taps because it was not quite that big of a deal, but Broner. He drops a 10-round decision to Blair Cobbs, loses a tooth in the process.
That was ridiculous. Broner losing a tooth was not something I had on my bingo card.
You gotta just like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now, but just like, gotta give Broner some slack. He's given us some great fights, entertaining fucking memes without a doubt.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like the one video of him just saying, "I'm getting cooked." And I feel that on a daily basis. I feel that daily. So honestly, shout to Broner, man. Like, I mean, sucks that his career kind of like, it's like a plummet. We don't know what happened. Maybe the Maidana or the Pacquiao beatdowns just changed him, like how Wilder's changed. But still a good dude and giving out funny content. Gotta give him his props.
I don't hate Blair Cobbs. I just don't think he's that good.
Yeah, because he isn't. Yeah, that I suppose that's a silver lining here is that there's no bad news coming out from behind the scenes like there's with Deontay Wilder. It's man, I feel conflicted. Like I want to mourn Deontay Wilder, but turns out he's a piece of shit.
Sucks. And
he's been one for a while. I don't know how. I can't. Unlike Broner, he's a fucking clown. He always has been, but it's been entertaining. So I don't see what the problem is. Toothless fucking face afterwards. That was great.
Just him smiling in the dentist chair.
Yeah. Missing a tooth. So I remember during the fight, we were like the few people who were watching, we were speculating, like, was that a tooth? I don't know. It looked like it. I don't know. We've seen, globs of Vaseline or petroleum jelly look like a tooth coming out, but can't say for sure. And what gave it credence was seeing him drop the mouthpiece just consistently after that. And then he turns out he lost a tooth, and it all makes sense in hindsight. It's great.
God bless Broner.
Yeah. That was pretty brutal. He took some serious damage there. I don't know how much longer he can keep doing that. Like, Broner is like a month younger than me. And
He was at what, welterweight fighting?
yeah, that was a full
Bro,
147.
he had a gut at welterweight.
Right.
It's not good.
He can't commit himself to going down anymore. Like
Shame.
140 isn't it's not a terrible cut. You know,
He's got to fight at middleweight. Just put Broner at middleweight.
it'll probably get to that point. Is this the end of Adrian Broner? I think it should be, but he's not. I don't think he will, but he should.
No, Broner's broke as hell. He's gonna keep fighting as long as someone will pay him.
Eventually. But man, Adrian Broner, we'll probably see him again a time or two. If you didn't watch this, if you can find yourself a full replay of it, it's worth picking up, because we had another just unhinged rant from Don King. That was pretty nice. I think he was talking about one world government for peace on Earth, and
God.
this was good.
Senile old man.
Right. Like, and for the uninitiated, in the previous time that we got a full on rant from him, he was talking about eugenics and how white women are inferior to non-white women.
Wow. Really going off the chain there.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking lunatic.
He's like 130 years old.
Right.
Sorry, nothing less.
So it's one of those things where, like, you hear him talking, it's like, all right, Grandpa, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you think anymore.
Take your meds, Grandpa.
Yeah, take your meds and go sit in the corner and try not to piss yourself. But it's always fun to see, like, whoa, what's Don King gonna show his ass about this time? But there you have it.
Oh.
On that note, let's move along to on the 8th, the Puerto Rican Day Parade
Yeah.
in
This is a
New
massive
York.
card. Holy shit.
This was a big one, but there's not a whole lot to really
So there's not much.
to stop on. So we'll just go from the bottom up and knock these out. Ali Feliz stops Lamir Isom Riley in the first. Nisa Rodriguez, absolute unit of a woman, UD over Jordan Garcia, who was a bit of a meatball at middleweight. Ofacio Falcon, he gets the UD over Antonio Dunton L. L is his family name. Great. Jahai Tucker, UD over Quincy Lavallée.
I don't recognize any of these names so far.
Yeah, it wasn't a star-studded event. But Tucker, Lavallée, it was funny the way that Lavallée very clearly did not want to be there, but was trying to pretend that he did. So that was interesting. Andy Dominguez Velasquez, majority decision over Christopher Rios. Delonte Johnson, unanimous decision over Tarek Saina. Bruce Carrington stops Enrique Vivas in 8. When we recorded before the 5 versus 5 thing, I had said I would pick Ray Ford over Bruce Carrington.
Do you still
Go
think
now.
that?
I don't know. Yes, but it's not as strong of a pick anymore. Because, like, Ray Ford showed a lot of grit, and he was really tough, a lot of heart and all that. Going split decision with Nick Ball versus stopping who? ? I'll take going split decision with Nick Ball, whereas Bruce Carrington just kind of had a live-ish body in front of him that he got to whoop on for a while.
Yeah. That fight on the 5 versus 5 was really close. Like,
Right.
I would watch a rematch.
For sure. I would still pick Ray Ford over Bruce Carrington, but got to see how Ray Ford looks after taking a loss. And I'd like to see Bruce Carrington face some fucking adversity for once.
Yeah, they have kind of been babying him a little.
Yeah. Xander Zayas babied Patrick Teixeira for 10 rounds. Got the UD on that one. This was supposed to be the coronation of the new Puerto Rican superstar.
Yeah, I was expecting a knockout.
So was I. That's what we were supposed to get.
Yeah.
I felt like at the time I was feeling kind of hyperbolic. In hindsight, I feel it's hyperbolic, but I was saying at the time, like rounds 8 or 9, when we started getting into the territory of this is if Xander Zayas is who they say he is, this is the type of fight he should be ending, and we're getting into the later stages, and it doesn't seem like he has Teixeira in a position to stop him. And so I was saying, at this point, going 8, 9, 10 rounds with him, it doesn't matter if he stops him or not, because he's not the Puerto Rican superstar that they're trying to make him out as. I don't know.
It's hard to maintain the image, huh?
Right. These are the fights you're supposed to finish, and you didn't.
And you're not finishing. What's going on, kid?
Yep.
I don't know how to feel about Xander Zayas. Like, a couple years ago, I was a little hyped, and that has pretty much all gone away. He's not bad, but he's not that good either.
He's 21, so he does have a lot of time.
He could get better. Yeah. But, I mean, I was really hyped up about him when he was, like, 19. I'm not writing him off, but he's not my favorite prospect anymore, I guess.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He's not like a star prospect.
Also, I think we kind of talked about this before, but the Puerto Rican Day card is usually like really, really good. This is a disappointing Puerto Rican Day, but as you pointed out, there's not that many Puerto Ricans right now.
Yeah, and with Subriel Matias shitting the bed, like he can't swoop in and take the slot. I think he should have. He should have tried, but.
I still think Matias is scary.
Yeah,
whether he loses or not, but
even with that loss to Paro, I would rate him higher than Xander Zayas with this win over Patrick Teixeira. Still,
yeah, for sure.
Puerto Rican pound for pound box rec. What do we got? Matias is still first. Berlanga is second. Zayas is third. Well, isn't that fun?
That makes sense. What other Puerto Ricans are there right now?
Nobody recognizable.
Which is so weird. There's usually like a dozen Puerto Ricans.
Where is Collazo? There he is. He has U.S. on his nationality.
Isn't all of Puerto Rico U.S.?
Yes, it is, but it gets counted differently for whatever reason.
Yeah, I never really understood the politics of that. I never tried very hard, but...
It's dumb. That's really the best way I could put it. It's really dumb. Should be a state, but isn't for reasons, question mark.
For not letting people vote reasons?
Or having representation in Congress reasons. But that's for another show. All right. A quick rundown of June 15th is a bit of a busy day. Really quickly, because I really don't care about this whole card. But in the UK, in London, at the Crystal Palace FC arena, it apparently is. But from the bottom up, Ben Whittaker, you may have seen him kind of dancing around on people, gets a UD over Awartsi Arenieka. I'm pretty sure I did that one right. Those are light heavyweights, and he's already at the 10-round level and that was his 8th fight. So I guess that's pretty fun. Jack Massey, UD over Isaac Chamberlain. Is Isaac Chamberlain the one that Saudi guy is just weirdly transfixed with? Or is
Ooh,
that?
is it him?
It's another somebody Chamberlain, Mark Chamberlain.
Mark Chamberlain. Yeah.
That's right. And Chris Billum-Smith defends his title versus Richard Riakporhe. That was the WBO cruiserweight title. So congrats. Moving down.
Yeah, I totally missed this card entirely.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah. From the bottom up on the Matchroom card in Manata, Puerto Rico, we're going to breeze over most of it because the only one that really matters is the top line. So Nelson Losada stops Alex Bayete in 3. William Ortiz Rivera, UD over Carlos Jimenez Vasquez. Kevin Gonzalez stops Kenny Demesio in 8. What is this? Javier? That's fucking Javier. Are you kidding me? God damn it. Javier Cintron stops Carlos Mujica in 1. Stephanie...
I can't believe the ridiculous spelling isn't just in English for names now.
That's not even like phonetic spelling. Jeyvier. That makes no fucking sense. Stephanie Aquino, UD over Diana Castro. Yanquiel Rivera Figueroa, UD over Victor Efrain Sandoval. And Angel Fierro, fucking Matchroom prospect, drops the ball, and Alfredo Santiago gets the UD. And Subriel Matias, homecoming fight, supposed to be the big fucking debut of the what I was previously touting as the premier Puerto Rican fighter. Fucking gets his ass schooled by Liam Paro. Australia has a champion. Holy shit.
Why do these Australians always just come out of nowhere? Is it just because nobody cares about Australia?
I think so. Because like they're all the way, it's a long travel for them to, despite being considered part of like the Western Bloc, they're not exactly situated to be in the mix with us all the time.
That's true.
So I think that's why it is like the same thing with the Kiwis. Like it's like those two duke it out for months and then they send their best over to us and they're usually not very good. But man,
I was impressed with Liam Paro.
Yes, quite. The way that he stayed composed under some like relentless pressure, but Matias just didn't seem to have. I'm not sure why he wasn't able to adapt to this. How would you not expect this? It's when you're a relentless machine.
He was confused. Like, this always works. It's not working. What do I do?
Better try the same thing over and over again.
I mean, it's always worked before.
Right, yeah. Man,
I was disappointed in Matias. I still think he's a scary motherfucker, but...
Absolutely. But now as the blueprint is out, as Oscar De La Hoya once said.
Yeah. Maybe he'll adapt.
Right. But like he lost once before, and then he came back and beat the Christ out of the guy just to prove a point. So I'm kind of worried for Liam Paro's safety right now. But,
I doubt they had a rematch clause. Maybe he can duck it. I would duck it.
yeah, I'm not sure. I would want a homecoming fight. I would want a fight in Australia before I would take the Subriel Matias rematch.
Definitely.
Because, yeah, gotta dip your bread into that as much as you can before you get...
Enjoy the fruits of labor.
Right, before you get into the ring with Matias again. Because that's a risky
endeavor.
Is there, what,
140?
Yes. That was the IBF title.
Who do you think he should fight in Australia before he rematches? If he rematches at all, I would just duck it. But I'm not a boxer.
And they even docked Paro a point in the 7th.
A bullshit point.
Yeah.
Like, absolute bullshit.
How could I have forgot? And he still pulls off the decision. That was an attempt at home cooking. And
yeah. Me and my brother watched this one after the other card just the main event together. And I heard the split decision, and I was like, they fucked the Australian, and he was also so sure, and then they didn't, and it was like, yes.
All right, so on the old box rec list, Devin Haney's still at the top for whatever reason. Paro, Matias, then there's Teofimo, Isaac Cruz, Jose Ramirez, Richardson, Clinchins, fucking gross, Steve Claggett, Andy Hiraoka, Japanese fellow, Regis Prograis at 10, Arnold Barbosa.
Japanese guy going to Australia. It's close.
And he's 23
People
and 0.
would be excited.
Yeah, 23 and 0 versus 25 and 0. That's a perfect one to make right there if you want to do it at home. But this is a pretty hot division.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it might be hard to get any of the Americans to fly to Australia. They're all big enough names. They're not going to do it.
like Teofimo, definitely not. Fucking who are the other champions? Teofimo's WBO.
Haney still
Has WBC. Gross. And who has WBA?
I don't know.
I'm going to figure
It
this
would.
out.
It would be.
I can't reach my keyboard now.
I got it. Isaac Cruz, that's right. He beat Raleigh. How the fuck could I
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's a tough ask for anybody if you want to unify the division. Like, this isn't like Terrence Crawford, as awesome as he is, like, he had a fucking cupcake of 140 to put it all together. Fucking like Ricky Burns and Anthony Crawla and Julius Ndongo. Out of my fucking mind. That was super easy compared to this. Like, this
140 is really stacked right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then when these guys move up to 147, they're gonna continue kicking it around with each other. It's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, Liam Paro, you got your work cut out for you. Subaru Matias, back to the fucking drawing board. Try to figure out how to do other boxing things while you fight people. I don't know, unless they're gonna. What's that shit that Bane used to get pumped with in the Batman cartoons?
Oh, I don't
know.
Was
Braid.
it like Poison Ivy? Poison Ivy's like Venom shit or whatever.
Is it? I have no idea.
Regardless, that's what they're gonna put into Subaru Matias. Just make him more angry, and there you have it. All right. Moving down to the PBC card in Las Vegas. Going from the bottom up, Kyron Davis upsets my man Elijah Garcia. It was a close one, but Kyron Davis definitely earned it. Elijah, same thing, wasn't able to adapt. Like, they just kept telling him more pressure. Like, bro, Kyron is working around it. You might want to try something else. One-dimensional. It's unfortunate. But he's still young, so he should figure it out. Mark Magsayo gets the win over Eduardo Ramirez. Not the best Mark Magsayo that we've seen before, but it was still a pretty solid win. A pretty solid performance, I guess, relatively. Carlos Adames has the full WBC title now at middleweight, and he fucking stinks it out with Terrell Gaucher. This was supposed to be like his official coronation, put the world on notice, but yeah, I think I was saying with somebody in the chat, like, this is Johnny Beck's division at this point. If that's what we can expect from Adames, yep.
I don't remember anything about that fight. I know I watched it. But...
It's
I didn't watch it.
it's pretty unremarkable. Definitely not a whole lot to expect. I think, like I said, this is John and Beck's division. Adamas has WBC. John and Beck has IBF and WBO, and Arislan Dilara has the WBA. Like, come on, that's not a whole lot standing in his way.
Yeah, true.
All right. Gary Antoine Russell drops the fucking bag. Was supposed to be another. This was a step up for him. Puello. I know a lot of people hadn't heard of Puello, but that does not mean that he isn't good in his own respects. And yeah, it wasn't flashy. It wasn't highlight reel type of stuff, but it got the job done. So Puello, I think, has the interim WBC or some shit. So he's lined up for Devin Haney. Good luck making that.
I get all the Gary Russells confused.
Yeah.
And I know they're brothers, and I don't feel that bad about it. They all look similar. They're brothers, and they have the same fucking name. How am I supposed to keep track of who's who?
I just use their
It's
middle
so
names.
confusing.
Yeah.
But they don't on the the commentary and stuff. They don't use the middle names that often.
Yeah, which that is also to their own mistake. Like, they should be able to differentiate these guys. Like Gary Antoine is at 140. Gary Allen, that's the one that most people know of. The guy that was at 126 fought Lomachenko way back when Lomachenko was pretty fresh in pros. And then Antonio is the smallest one, and that's really all there is to it. And now I think Antonio's probably going to hang it up after he lost. Antoine is the only one that's really making any waves, and Allen stepped up to, once their father died, he stepped up and started training the brothers.
Okay. So only two of them fight, and the smaller one's probably done.
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Because I think I had this guy confused with the older one. Maybe.
yeah, I think a lot of people confuse them because they're the ones that have had success.
Anyways, I thought he had already lost, so when they said it was his first defeat, I was like, what?
Yeah, Allen's been beaten a few times. What's wrong with my fucking voice here? Anyway, Gary Antoine Russell, back to the drawing board. He didn't look terrible, just limited. Definitely showed a ceiling here that I think he can overcome it. He has the physical attributes, the athleticism, and he has his older brother in his corner. I really think he can overcome this. This isn't going to be the end of him. We'll definitely be seeing him again at the higher levels, especially. Puello, on the other hand, like we were just talking about with Paro, he has the unfortunate task of trying to collect belts with a killer's row standing in front of him. Drip, did you think Puello? I don't know. Give me your thoughts. What do you think about Puello?
I didn't watch the fight, to be honest with you. I thought I was on time for the fights until I tuned in. I saw Benavidez and Dick were already fighting. I was like, oh, I'm late. I missed the entire card.
Quite.
So, yeah, I missed everything aside from those last two.
Shadnada, what did you think of Puello? How does he stack up with the titleists, or even just the other bigger names?
He gets beat.
I don't know. Puello was throwing a lot of combinations, which looked good to me. Like, I think that's Gary Russell or Antoine Russell's problem, is he's kind of singles and doubles, but not very many combos, and he didn't really let his hands go at all. But I think that's because Puyo was keeping him too busy. But I don't know if Puyo's good enough to beat the guys above him. This is the only fight I've ever seen him fight.
So, well, based on this and what we saw out of Subriel Matias,
I don't know. I think the trick to beating Subriel Matias is taking an ass kicking. Like,
That's very fair.
being able to
I think Paro is just really, really tough. It would all depend on how well Puyo takes his punches. And I don't think Antoine Russell hit him with anything hard enough to really tell me what his chin and resilience is.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a non-answer.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know enough about him to say. He looked good, but I don't know if he can take a Mateus like punch to the stomach like Paro did.
Well then, the jury will remain hung at this point. David Benavidez. Is the jury hung here? He beats
Like shit.
Alexander Vozdik, unanimous decision in what was a pretty clear ass beating. But what I think a lot of people felt there was a lot left to be desired.
Oh yeah.
What do you think was missing?
The power wasn't there. That's for sure. The gas tank wasn't there either. I feel like by round 7 or 8, he slowed down tremendously. It's weird because like at 168, when he knew he could like hurt his opponents, he would like pick up the pace. But it seemed like with this fight with Guzdik, I can't pronounce his name right.
Vozdik.
Mr. G.
Just drop the G.
We'll just call him Mr. G. How about that? With Mr. G, he seemed like David felt like he couldn't hurt him. And I think he kind of either got frustrated or just at that point cruised to an easy win because he knew a knockout wasn't coming. But
yeah, I think he
the
did
power
get
wasn't
frustrated.
there. It just...
He got very frustrated he couldn't hurt him like he usually does.
Exactly. And I think with that, he said, well, at that point, I'm just going to cruise to a point victory if I can't hurt this guy. Because his punch count started dropping drastically towards the end of the fight.
Yeah, he stopped throwing combinations and he really loaded up, trying to score big, punishing shots to, I think, trying to recapture the old glory of how he was able to take people out. The frustration showed in that way. I think he was trying to prove to maybe to himself, maybe to everyone else, that he still has power. But yeah, definitely wasn't there. It's unfortunate. And Vozdik's like 40 years old and been out for
Yeah, I think...
but he's also Ukrainian. The Ukrainians take an ass kicking so well. Like Derevchenko, he's not Ukrainian, is he? He's Russian.
No,
but
he is Ukrainian.
Is he Ukrainian? He gets his ass kicked every time, and he's like 42, and he just doesn't stop. It's like they just don't feel it.
Yeah, I mean with that, like, David looked very small compared to him. Like, he looked a lot tinier.
Yeah.
And when you couldn't be the weight bully.
Like he had gone past his weight class, really.
And also, he was getting hit a lot. Like, if Mr. G at 40 years old is tagging you, sure, he's not getting tagged hard, but if he's tagging you and David's just doing some weird, like, from a distance weave, and we're just all like, dude, what is going on? Like, he's kind of spamming buttons at this point. I think, with that being said, Canelo probably stops Benavidez, honestly.
Woof.
I think he stops him. Just based on that performance. Because one, now I'm not saying there's any way that Benavidez hurts Canelo. I don't see it. And I think with his really bad defense, that Canelo just punishes him.
If he moves back down to 68 to fight Canelo, wouldn't things be better as far as like power stuff goes?
I don't think so, because we never really seen Canelo get hurt by anybody recently that I could think of. But if, let's say, if Benavidez can't hurt Canelo, does he also then just get frustrated and just like stop throwing punches like he did with this fight?
Yeah, if he does that, Canelo's just gonna pick him apart.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be desired, like with David going to 175. Even then, like he's always been a volume puncher, never a power puncher, and I don't know how well that'll play out with him, with Canelo.
I don't know. Canelo's been hurt to the body before.
Golovkin was, I would say, the last time that he's been hurt.
Probably, most likely.
Maybe
But,
Bivol?
yeah.
Did Bivol kind of buzz him a few times?
Nah, I think Beal just
Caught him clean.
like,
And
calm clean. I don't think. I mean, that's another point too. Like, what's David gonna do 175? Fight Bivol or better be if he's gonna get smoked? Absolutely smoked. Not even competition.
Yeah, Bivol just beats the shit out of him for 12 rounds.
Maybe give us like Anthony Yarden and Benavidez next. See how that kind of goes. But Bivol and Beterbiev have actually just smoked Benavidez out of 175.
I don't want. I want to defend my fellow Phoenix man.
Sorry, not to
really-
shit on him, but
I really do. But yes, a lot of what you guys were saying is right. I agree with it anyway. There's a lot left to be desired.
I like Benavidez, and I'm gonna keep watching him.
Yeah,
but-
of
yeah,
course.
definitely gonna keep watching for sure.
Well, and maybe he just decided that if I can't hurt him, I'll just win the easy way.
Yeah.
Like he might react differently with somebody else if he was losing.
Beterbiev is also, he's on the other side of 40. Vosdek is close. He's 37 going on 38. So, I don't know. There's a bit of a few years difference between those two. Bivol is not much older than Benavidez, so there's no age advantage there. And as far as mileage
I would
goes...
be shocked if Benavidez could ever beat Bivol. Like if they fought 100 times, I think Bivol wins 99 of them.
It's, man, this is a tough one. I'm really struggling to find ways to talk Benavidez up. Yeah, I expected better. I thought being at 175 weight cut's not that big of a problem anymore. Like, he was supposed to be hashtag not my monster. Like, you fucked this up, dude. This was supposed to be your major platform to say, Canelo, where the fuck are you? But nope.
But I mean, he did win easily.
Very handily,
Like-
for sure.
Yeah, he won. It just was like,
Not
is-
what people wanted.
Right. It's his first fight at 75. I don't know, if you want to be like me, if you want to be a fucking cockeyed optimist, then it's his first fight at 75. Maybe he'll fake.
After Usyk's first fight at heavyweight, everybody thought he was fucked.
Right, because he looked like garbage. Hot fucking garbage. But now look at him. It was against like Chisora. And what the fuck are you doing? I think this isn't a good look, but I'm going to remain hopeful. Finiqueros, fucking put your fucking hands up.
But Benavidez needs to change his nickname.
Yeah.
If you are the something, you're the discount version, and you need to pick another nickname, or just say it in Spanish.
Yeah. That would be better.
El Monstro's fine, but the Mexican monster sounds like, no name ketchup. Nobody wants that.
Isn't no name like an act, or is that what it is?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
no,
I forgot. No
I
name's
know it.
Canadian.
I know it. I
No
know
name's
of it.
an actual brand.
Yeah, I guess for us, like Great Value or store
Yeah.
brand, Kroger brand, whatever.
the great value.
No name's whole
Clutch.
thing is it's just black writing on a yellow background.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
it literally
pictures of it.
just says no name ketchup
Fair enough.
or no name pasta. Like
if you're struggling.
Take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
Honestly,
that.
it all tastes fine. Like, for the amount of money you save, it's not bad.
That's what I've heard.
Money saved tastes fantastic.
I wish I saved money on this goddamn pay-per-view, David Benavidez.
And Frank Martin.
Yeah, but moving up here, we got Gervonta Davis. What is it? Abdul Wahid, I think is his Muslim.
Yeah, that lasted a week.
Yeah. It's up to him if he wants to use it, but I think because like the branding, his promotional company's GTD, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions. So if you're gonna change that to ATW, it's a little weird, but okay. Anyway, Gervonta Davis, Frank Martin. This was a victory and defeat for him. He looked fucking fantastic for 7 rounds. Well, the 6.5 rounds. Until I'm not sure what on earth possessed Frank Martin to think I'm just gonna sit back in the corner. I'm just gonna sit back against the ropes, and I'm gonna let fucking Tank tee off on me. Cause
Yeah.
what? Why did you do that? Why would you?
He probably
do that?
thought he could get off a counter because he was doing it in the beginning, getting off some counters off the ropes and
He was
getting off
rolling.
with ease.
Yeah, he was rolling some of Davis's shots pretty well, and I did notice that he was rolling a lot of them, a lot of the big ones that looked like they should be damaging, but they weren't. Because he was landing some solid counters. Then but Tank once Tank dialed in, it was pretty much fucking lights at that point.
Yeah, I think the buy shots hurt Frank. And then obviously slow him down a little bit. And then Tank does what Tank does.
Yeah, I was impressed with Frank Martin at the start of the fight, though. I didn't expect him to look that good.
But
I don't really know anything about him, I guess.
His last 2 fights were against people who were decent. Michel Rivera, he looked good. And then Artem Harutunian, the dude that's fighting Shakur Stevenson next, was not as great. But here, it was interesting in Discord where a lot of people were everyone loves to shit on Davis because like clearly he like dropped out of high school or whatever, maybe middle school, but I don't know. They
A school.
Yeah, he just.
I think he's an asshole, and I don't cheer for assholes.
I don't see him as a sympathetic figure, but the way that a lot of the vitriol that a lot of people had, just this, they came in with the notion that I hate Tank Davis, and anything that makes him look bad, I'm going to cheer for. And Frank Martin was looking good. I've already conceded that. But the whole time, they're like, rounds 3, 4, 5, Frank's still looking awesome. And I was like, man, Tank figures it out by like 6, 7, and after that, it's fucking game. So I'm not sure what you think Gervonta Davis is like as far as boxing goes. I'm not talking about his out of ring stuff. But
yeah,
I'm not sure what did you expect? Have you not seen Tank fight before?
but you can always be optimistic.
With Frank Martin, that would be a good one. That would be nice. But a lot of people, they were doing the same thing for Raleigh when he fought Tank. He knocked him out in 7, and for the first 6, everyone's like, "Oh, Tank's fucking cooked. Oh, he's fucking trash. He can't hang with Rolly Romero. Ha ha ha! What a piece of shit. Like he was never good." And he sparks Raleigh. Like, well, where are you at? Where did you go?
Yeah, they do disappear real fast in Discord.
Yeah, they
I
do.
at least stand by my hate.
Only one person in Discord stood by it.
That is Dr. Shannada.
No, it was not just Dr. Shannada. It was someone else, some gray that stood by his convictions.
Yuck. Respect, but yuck.
Right. good on you for standing by it, but I mean, you're also gray, and they tend to be. Ugh. And he definitely he devolved into that level of argument.
For a long time, I didn't know what you guys meant by gray on the Discord. I thought you just meant old people.
No, new people.
No, it took me a while to figure that one out because I am old. So
Fucking grays, man. But yep, that was like where did y'all go? Man, are you fucking new here? It's a rhetorical question because yes.
Is this your first time?
Is this your first tank fight? Have you never seen him fight before? Fucking, he got Jose Pedraza out faster than that.
Are you really an Abdul fan?
Yeah. Tank Wahid has different plans in the latter half of the fight. But lightweight. Shakur Stevenson is his other. Lomachenko has the other. And Baranchik? Yeah, Baranchik has the WBO. That's right.
Before I do an Irish goodbye out of here, unfortunately, I will say my piece on Tank's potential fights. Don't really want to see Loma versus Tank. That's like 7 years too late.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Shakur wins in a very, very boring fight. Who was the other one?
Baranchik.
Baranchik? Tank smokes him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shakur is the only one probably wins in a very, very safe fight. At 135, that is. 140 is a different story. But yeah, Loma and Tank is just 7 years too late. Don't really care to see it. Not sure how that would
nobody
go.
wants to see a Shakur fight at all. Any of them.
That's a problem. That's also the issue. No one wants to see that fight either.
I just have the hope that somebody will put him away for good. So we don't.
We were just talking about Tank in Discord, and like if Tank's plan is like walk through the fire until you tire your opponent and like land a powerful shot, so be it. But I don't think that would work on anybody who has like good cardio and like good boxing and footwork. Because Frank Martin was doing well.
I think could still do it. I really do. He is that good.
It's tough.
I am
a tough
a bit of a Loma stan.
I do love Loma, but
still tops.
I'll put that one as like an even 50-50.
That's a risk.
That's a tough
it's
call.
Risky for Lomachenko, but yeah, if his age doesn't catch up to him overnight, I really do think Lomachenko could pull that off.
It will be phenomenal if he does.
If Frank could take 7 off of you, I think Lomachenko could take more.
It depends on which Loma we get, though, because if we get the Loma who waited 6 rounds, like
Libo.
against Dio, then it's cooked.
Yeah,
but if we get the Loma who just battered Cambosis with the early aggressive start, that might be the one.
Right.
But
well, and Tank being a slow starter, I mean, maybe Loma could not have to start that fast and still win the early rounds.
Possibly.
I think kind of scrape them by.
Yeah. Sooner or later, when they both pick up the pace, though, it's going to be interesting to see who has more and who picks it up first.
Hold on. You said 7 years too late. Let me see who he's fighting 7 years ago. 2017.
I think 7 years ago.
Miguel Mariaga, Jason Sosa, Nicholas Walters. Yeah, that was like peak. And Guillermo Rigondeaux. That was the best time. He moved up to 135 in 2018. He fought Linares. He got dropped by Linares.
Yep.
So 17, 18.
I really like Linares.
All
the boxers I like are getting old.
Yeah, so I think whoever Tank fights next, I doubt it's going to be... I mean, I doubt it'd be any one of them anytime soon.
I don't think so.
But yeah, but that's my shtick on it. But I do have to scoot and boogie, unfortunately.
Well then, take 2 of these and call Shanada in the morning.
Huh?
Like take medication. It's
oh no, I got it. Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dr. Schneider ordered what is it tonight? A Johnny Red on the rocks. Thank you, Doctor.
Ooh. You're welcome. That's not a bad choice.
Not at all. But I'll catch you guys later.
Ta.
Good luck.
All right. Moving along. On the 28th, Friday, ProBox is moving into the world title promotion area. So that's pretty
I'm
cool.
so excited for ProBox.
That's really cool of them to be getting at this point. Let's go bottom up. Eric Hernandez versus Jonathan Hernan Godoy. 4-round lightweights. Derek Davis to be announced. 4-round lights. Jordan Roach. Not sure how he's related to Lamont Roach, but he is. 4-round superflies. Benjamin Johnson is making his debut as well. Michael Williams, 4-round welters. Greg Outlaw, fantastic.
Nice.
Versus Isidro Curiel, 8-round super light. Rihanna Rios versus Mary Romero, 8-round bantams. Alex, oh god, Dil Magani, it's probably supposed to be a phlegm on that GH. Versus Renee Teles Giron, 10-round super feathers. Lester Martinez versus Carlos Gongora. Gongora is fucking
That
tough.
could be really fun.
Yes, I'll have to look into Lester, but Carlos is solid. 10-round super middles, and Lamont Roach versus Fergal McCrory for the WBA 130 title.
Fergal McCrory is possibly the most Scottish name I have ever heard. Just for what it's worth.
Every time I've been hearing Fergal's name, I think of Smeagol, but scary. Fergal, like, that's all I got. At 130, I'm trying to.
I mean, Lamont Roach should win this,
Right. He should.
but it is boxing, so.
Ireland's been having pretty strong resurgence in this year.
Oh, is McCrory from Ireland?
I believe so, but
Oh. I guessed wrong then.
yep, he's Irish. Fearless Fergal McCrory.
That's not a bad nickname. He looks very Irish.
Tevin Farmer's coming back
Is he?
on the 13th of July.
Man, I still say that one fight, he took some serious brain damage.
And it's probably about to get more from Murataya. R.I.P.
That's not good.
Nah.
Because I saw he had a fight announced and then they canceled it, and I assume the doctor didn't clear him, but they re-cleared him for this one?
I suppose. This is a better opponent, and
Ugh.
yeah.
I don't know, man. After I saw he had a fight announced, I went and rewatched that interview after that fight, and he's got something going on. Like, it's really, really bad, uncontrollable muscle spasms while they're talking to him. But hopefully I'm just being paranoid, but
So, this is Lamont Roach has the WBA title. Nav has the WBO. I think he still needs to declare if he's staying at 135 or not. Shaki Foster is WBC.
I think Navarrete should stay at 135, but I also think he really doesn't like to diet, so.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he could be a force at 130. And
Yeah.
The WBO super featherweight. Or wait. Is that what? Hold on a second. IBF is Kakachi. That's right, he beat Cordina.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm still mad about that.
I'm more thrilled at the at getting that name fucking nailed. Moving on, the 29th.
I am so excited.
This is a big day of boxing too. The shorter card, we'll go with that one first. It's in Phoenix.
The Matchroom card?
Yeah, the Matchroom card at the Desert Diamond Arena in Phoenix. Only 4 fights on the bill. I'm more than certain there's going to be plenty of others on the undercard, but we'll see. WBC Super Bantamweight title for Yamileth Mercado versus Ramla Ali. Those are ladies, if the names didn't give it away. Super Bantams, 10 rounds.
Ali's the one that was a refugee, right? Ramla Ali?
Yes, from Somalia.
I think she should win this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if she loses, but I think this is a pretty solid shot at a title fight for her.
Oh shit, this is at the Footprint Center, not at the Desert Diamond. Not sure where that mix-up's coming from. I'll figure it out. Arturo Popoca versus Danny Barrios Flores, 10-round Super Bantams. Sonny Edwards is back after his first loss. Adrian Curiel. So this is a pretty solid fight. This is a solid comeback. Curiel is not a slouch.
No, this should be a pretty action fight too. I'm excited.
We'll see if Sonny wants to make it one. I hope not for his sake.
I think it would be stupid, but
Yeah.
I bet you Curiel kind of forces the issue.
He might. I think he might be able to. And then Juan Francisco Estrada, WBC Super Flyweight title versus Jesse Bam Rodriguez. I
am so excited for this one. I hope Estrada doesn't suddenly look old.
Yeah.
Because he might.
I think that's
But
what we were talking about before, is how he has had more and more time between fights, and his performances have not been great. He's like fought to the level of the opponent rather than being the guy that he is or he used to be. So hopefully Bam can bring the best out of him, if anyone
that's
could
what I
do
was
it.
gonna say. If he fights to Bam's level, this is gonna be a fucking banger. If Estrada can still bang, it's gonna be great.
He is
Like 37?
his age doesn't show, but yeah, he's about that age.
I was gonna say he's about the same age as us.
Yep.
So ancient for the weight class.
Yeah, for the weight, definitely. Might as well be petrified. Man, I'm worried. I'm worried that Estrada might come in and stink it out. Whether he wins or loses doesn't really matter.
Oh, he's not as old as I thought he was. He was born in 1990. He's only 34.
Oof.
Still pretty old for the weight class, but I don't know. I'm really excited for this one. I hope I haven't got my expectations too high. But I think it's going to be a all-action, really fun fight that Bam wins.
Yeah, I think it'll
That's
be
my
that
prediction.
way. Bam he brought in Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito, for if you don't know.
I saw that.
He brought him.
I
in
was very excited about that too.
That's a big get. 3 fights with Estrada. That's the guy you want.
Some strategy, some good advice. Also, I bet you Chocolatito's still a great sparring workout.
Yeah, he could probably coach you like mid-round.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm super excited for this one. This is like my birthday present from Eddie Hearn.
You don't have a good birthday present from Bob Arum?
No.
Well, speaking of which, in Miami, same night, Top Rank is having a card as well. So, bottom up, we have Nico Ali Walsh versus Asona Akale. I think this is him trying to avenge his only loss. Lorenzo Medina versus Colby Madison, 6-round heavyweights. Emiliano Vargas. Where did we talk about this?
You had them on ProBox, didn't you?
No. I had Emiliano Vargas on the 621.
You definitely have him listed on 2 different cards.
I have him listed on 2 cards on a week apart. So scratch that, Vargas.
That's not right.
Yeah. Yuri Cedeno versus Dormedes Potes? 8-round middleweights. Rohan Polanco versus Luis Hernandez Ramos, 8-round welterweights. Jan Santana versus Brendan Valdez, 10-round featherweights. Rubici Ramirez makes his return after losing his title and he's fighting Brandon Leon Benitez, 10-round featherweights, and headlining WBO super lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez versus WBO rated 10th Steve Claggett.
Yeah, this is a fight that nobody asked for.
Yes, nobody asked for. Let's see, junior welterweight. We have Teofimo at the top. Claggett. Let's see some decent names ahead of him. Fucking Regis Prograis, Jack Catterall.
Yeah.
He already fought.
Teofimo versus Catterall could be really fun.
Yes.
If they want to pick Teo, a slightly lower guy, Catterall would be dangerous but fun.
He's already fought Taylor and Martin. Jose Ramirez, not terrible. Richardson Hitchens, I guess. And
that would be boring.
Quite. And then Arnold Barbosa at 1. Very undeserving of such.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to see Teofimo fight Claggett. Nobody asked for it.
Is it Claggett?
I don't know.
I don't either. I've just been calling him Claggett because it's funny.
Oh, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, well, as if pronouncing names properly has ever been a thing here.
Yeah, I mean, we could just split the difference and go with Claggett.
Perfect. That's what we did with Kakashi. So.
Yeah, and then you nailed it. So
Claggett. I swear to fuck if that's right, I'm sending you money or something. But that's it. Teofimo. Nobody wanted this shit. I expect that Claggett's gonna get clowned on.
Or Teo's gonna be a mess and draw it out to a decision.
That is also a possibility.
Teo could be so great if he could just get his mind right.
Get on medication, dude. It'll be for to your benefit, I promise.
And fire your dad.
Especially.
Even just firing his dad would probably help with his mental side.
Yeah. He has good performances and bad performances. So the question of firing the dad makes me wonder of Would it get better or worse?
I assume it would get better. Because his dad's also crazy.
Quite.
Like, I bet you his dad, how do I put it? He definitely isn't helping. And he probably fuels some of the manic stuff that leads to the, like, dumbassery.
Yeah, probably does.
Also, him yelling in the corner nonsense that isn't helpful is not helpful.
Just knock him out.
Just like, yeah. What are you doing? Just knock him out. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This card doesn't overly excite me, but I am so excited for Estrada versus Rodriguez.
That's all we got.
Which will be on the 30th. So as soon as the fights are over, I have to go to Tokyo for a tattoo consultation.
Oh,
Consultation. Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Although I may have picked... It looks like a good tattoo studio, but on further investigation, the other artists definitely do Yakuza tats. So, we will see what the vibe is.
I would have probably picked it for that reason.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to hang out with Yakuza guys for like 15 hours.
I don't know if I'd want to do that either.
And like, there are 2 women that work there, but also generally it's just guys in the tattoo studios. So, I don't know. We'll see. If the vibes are off, I just won't put a down payment and I'll go try somewhere else.
Do you have any other options?
Oh, actually, there's quite a few tattoo places in Tokyo.
Oh, in Tokyo.
I just picked this guy. I picked this guy because he's done 3 or 4 in a style I really like. So,
Huh. Is that how you pick?
tattoos are cheap here. Like a third of the price of Canada. I should get all the tattoos while I'm in Japan.
Full body?
Yeah. Nah, I think this one's gonna be like an upper arm half sleeve.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, I bought tickets to go watch Punch Burger,
I'd buy front row seats.
and that's
They do that lottery shit. Did they do that for like Punch
no,
Burger
not
level?
for him. No, he's not good enough. But he is one of the ones where I have to just bank transfer him money. It's his personal bank account.
Oh, that's so
and then
funny.
He mails me a ticket. And I got one of his t-shirts because they look like knockoff Jack Daniels t-shirts.
All right. That's it. That's all we got here.
All right.
So, let me get the... Hey, thanks for hanging out with us again here on the Boxing B-Sides podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever the fuck about this episode, this podcast, anything on the Lux Media family, 833-589-7637. You can call, you can text, either way. If you want your audio cut into the show, call, you go straight to voicemail. Either way, it's anonymous. So, 833-LUX-POTS. Spelled it out so that my old fucking ass can't forget. Neither will you. The social media shit. LVX Media Net everywhere. If you cannot find it, we're not on it. Keep in mind that because it's the only account that we use for everything, that you're going to see more than just boxing, or, you know, we sometimes reference MMA, or at least I do. And there's other stuff going on in the wider Lux Media network, so keep that in mind when you head over there. If you want to check out some of that other shit, luxmediashows.com. We do have a merch shop there, where if you would like a shirt logo of a fucking random ass boxing podcast that you came across one time, that would be cool. So go check those out. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to anything. So yeah, hit me up with whatever. Other than that, let's get the fuck out of here. That's where all the stuff goes. Do you have parting words, or is the tattoo thing?
Parting words. I just want to sincerely apologize to all my fans that I slept through the real recording and you didn't get all three of us at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Aces.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to wish him a very pleasant slumber.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll wish him a pleasant slumber when the Spanish show comes back.
Nice.
But until then, that's going to do it. The Boxing B-Sides are fucking out of here.
Wow.